The moment I knew my world had shifted wasn't loud or dramatic. It was a quiet, fleeting glance in the executive lounge of Reynolds Construction, 3 weeks before everything unraveled. My father and brother, their laughter echoing like a private joke, froze when they saw me. That pause, that flicker of guilt in their eyes, whispered a truth I wasn't ready to face. I'm Morgan. And for 20 years, I poured my soul into our family's company, building it into a $100 million empire. But in that instant, I sensed the ground beneath me cracking and I was right. My father was about to hand my legacy to someone else. What I did next shocked them all. But before I dive in, tell me, where are you reading from? If this story grips you, stick around. There's more to come. I was 9 when Dad first took me to a construction site. My skinny legs dwarfed by steel-toed boots, a hard hat slipping over my eyes. The air hummed with cranes and machinery. And his voice, warm with promise, said, "One day, Morgan, this could all be yours." I believed him. By 16, while my friends chased summer flings, I was studying blueprints in our Portland office, asking foremen about rebar and concrete mixes. At Stanford, my thesis on sustainable construction won awards. 2 weeks after graduation, I joined Reynolds Construction full-time. I wasn't just Richard's daughter. I was Morgan, the woman who landed the Miller Tower deal, who pioneered green building when competitors mocked it, who kept the company stable during the 2008 recession without a single layoff. For 20 years, I was the heartbeat of our growth. Everyone saw it, except my father. The morning of the board meeting arrived crisp and gray over Portland. I got in early, reviewing projections in the quiet I'd always treated like sanctuary. Today was supposed to be the day Dad announced his retirement and named me CEO. My assistant Sarah came in with coffee. Hesitating before she spoke, Kevin's assistant was copying a different presentation for the board. She said. My pulse slowed, but I kept calm. Supplemental materials, probably, but something felt off. Dad had canceled our strategy lunches 3 times. Kevin had started circling numbers he used to ignore. By noon, Linda, our CFO, confirmed my worst fear. She slid a board packet across the table. I opened it. There it was. Kevin CEO. My brother, who'd spent more time charming clients than reading contracts, was being handed my future. I didn't react. Not outwardly, but something inside me shifted. I began digging. Pacific Heights, the $65 million project Kevin was leading, looked perfect on paper. But the numbers didn't align. Costs were exploding. Vendors weren't being paid. Reports were edited. It wasn't incompetence. It was manipulation. Worse, engineering notes suggested structural shortcuts that could make the entire project unsafe. That was the moment I stopped thinking like a daughter and started thinking like a strategist. I called Michael Donovan. He was interested in Reynolds Construction, and now I was finally ready to talk. At Riverside Grill, I laid it out, the truth about Pacific Heights, the hidden risks, the financial distortion. In return, Donovan saw opportunity. A deal formed, capital in exchange for restructuring, control based on merit, not family ties. Then everything exploded. At the board meeting, Dad announced it. Kevin as CEO. I was being sidelined to cue the support role for the man who was destroying my work. I didn't fight in the room. Not yet. Instead, I waited. When I finally spoke, I didn't argue. I revealed. Pacific Heights wasn't just over budget. It was structurally compromised, financially misreported, and legally exposed. And I had proof, emails, reports, internal documents. Then the final blow. Kevin had been falsifying data to the board. The room collapsed into chaos. Donovan Capital's offer followed immediately. Restructuring, new governance, and a board driven by merit. Dad hesitated, but the truth had already done its work. Kevin was exposed. And when the dust settled, the company was forced into a decision no one could avoid. Kevin was removed. I became CEO, not because I was chosen, because I was left as the only one who could still hold the company together. Even then, I didn't destroy my brother. I negotiated his exit with terms, structure, and distance, not revenge. Weeks later, Dad finally admitted what he should have said years ago. He was wrong, and for the first time. I didn't feel like I was fighting to be seen. I was simply leading, now, standing in the same building where everything began. I look at over Portland and understand something I never did before. Legacy isn't given. It's built. And sometimes it only becomes yours the moment you stop waiting for permission.